process, let's now bring in our first guest. We've got former Senator Coco Pimentel with us on the line. Good afternoon, Senator. Thanks for joining us today.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, Senator.
Magandang hapon. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Si Senator, batap na siya yan. So,
Oo nga. Sige.
You have unfinished business, no, Senator? When you stepped off the Senate, hindi pa rin na-resolve itong impeachment process, and even now, to this day, the latest news strand today being that the Supreme Court asked the original petitioners, Vice President Sara Duterte and Attorney Israelito Torion, to comment on the MR filed by the House. How do you think this is all going?
Well, I joined the call to revisit the ruling, the decision. Kailangan balikan po ng Supreme Court yan kasi binasa ko rin po yan. 4 hours ko po binasa bago ko natapos kasi mahaba kasi pati footnote binasa natin. Kaya kailangan balikan kasi merong merong belief ang Supreme Court that when the session was adjourned on February 5, 2005, the 19th Congress was also adjourned. Merong ganong entry early in the decision. And then, sa second part ng decision, meron ang description naman nila, the session of February 5 was adjourned. Iba po yun, is kung ang adjournment ng session, that is the normal day-to-day adjournment namin. But when you say that the 19th Congress was adjourned on February 5, that is actually a mistake.
Yeah.
A mistake. Yes. Kaya nga, dapat i-analyze nila how that mistake influenced their conclusion.
Pero sir, for the non-lawyers and for the non-legislators, can you give us a qualifier there? Exactly what is the difference between an adjournment and, for example, going into recess until June 2? Was it June 2 ba yung pagbabalik?
Oo. Parehas kasi adjournment ang ginagamit na salita. Nung law student ako, litong-lito din ako dyan. Pero siyempre, naging legislator ako, nalaman ko na the daily sessions, you adjourn. Pero the Congress is also adjourned permanently or sine die because meron ng susunod na bagong Congress. So, but the word, ang ginagamit na word, parehong adjourn. Pero yung isa, under the Constitution, pag nag-adjourn ka na sine die, yan na yung final session ninyo, yung mga unfinished business ninyo, especially legislative ones, are deemed terminated. Pero that happened June 11, 2025. Yun po yung nag-adjourn kami, formally namin sinabi, we are adjourning the session sine die. Walang day. Wala kaming day ng resumption kasi Constitution na ang nagsabi kailan magko-convene ang next Congress. Samantalang yung mga adjournment na day-to-day, tulad ng February 5, sabi namin, adjourn tayo and then see you again June 2.
Yeah.
So adjournment lang yun na adjournment. Hindi yan yung adjournment na sinabi ng Constitution na yung unfinished business mo ay terminated, ay deemed terminated. Hindi po yan yun.
Does the Constitution specify that, Senator? Yung difference? It's open
again?
Does the Constitution specify the difference or it's open for interpretation?
No. That's very clear. When the Congress, when the entire Congress now adjourns because it is their final session, mandated by the Constitution to be your final session kasi merong certain number of days before the next Congress. Dapat naka-break na kayo eh. So that is your final session. Yan yung governed yan yung governed ng constitutional provision na yung unfinished business mo dyan ay deemed terminated. Settled. That is very, very well
Yes.
settled na yan. And that happened to apply it to the 19th Congress. Nangyari po yan noong June 11, 2025. Hindi po yan nangyari noong February 5, 2025.
Sir, if you apply that concept to what happened dun sa impeachment complaint, tama ba sir na if I understood correctly kasi ang argument ng Supreme Court is that the 3 complaints were technically archived or terminated on February 5 because nag-adjourn yung Congress, but because hindi talaga siya adjournment sine die, hindi pa siya archived actually until June 11?
Oo, hindi nga hindi. Pero actually, ganito kasi ang nangyari and then kinote ito mismo sa decision, naka-quote doon, ano yung motion sa House. Kaya nila in-archive yung 3 kasi nga, meron na silang kinilusan na articles of impeachment signed by more than 1/3. Yun ang unang pabungad na salita eh. Because there's already a verified complaint signed by more than 1/3 of the members of this House. This shall become the articles of impeachment. The period. And then sabi, anong gawin natin doon sa 3? I-archive na. So, kitang-kita na may reasoning. Nakitang-kita natin yung reasoning. Hindi naman in-archive lang yung 3 dahil lang sa nag-adjourn lang ang session day. Hindi po. So, there was a reasoning there.
So, Senator, pinag-uusapan ngayon kung ano mangyayari bukas. Kasi of course, earlier this week, sinabi na nga na around 19, over the weekend actually, around 19 to 20 senators that will be voting for the Senate to bow na lang to the Supreme Court. Paano ngayon? Nagkaroon ng motion for reconsideration at inaksyonan ng Supreme Court yung MR by asking for a comment from the Vice President and her lawyer. So, pwede ba nating sabihin, hindi pa final yung order na yan ng Supreme Court, pwede ba maghintay muna kayo sandali before voting on this? I'm talking about the Senate.
Yes, tama. That is the better course of action ng Senado. Tama naman na mag-MR ang House of Representatives, tapos mabilis naman pala ang kilos ng Supreme Court. Pero hindi ko alam hindi ko alam yung kilos sa Supreme Court. You are the ones informing me na kumilos ng Supreme Court.
Senator.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so breaking
Yes,
news
sir,
pala yan. So, so kung kumilos na rin ng Supreme Court, I think the better course of action ng Senado is to await the resolution of the Supreme Court sa kanilang sa MR.
But ang sabi rin ng mga tao, exercise in futility lang naman daw yon dahil karamihan daw sa senador, talagang ayaw na mag-trial. Pwede ba whatever the Supreme Court rules, pwede bang magdesisyon ang mga senador? Huwag na nating itry yan.
Dapat hindi.
Pwede ba yun?
Kasi ako, matagal ko ng interpretation, hindi pwede yun. Kasi trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. Yun na nga, balik na naman tayo ron sa...
forthwith.
Kasi
Yes.
ang nangyari kasi rito, very specific paragraph ng Constitution ang in play, ang in effect, kasi ito mismo yung nangyari. There is a verified complaint signed by more than 1/3 of the House. Therefore, ito na dapat ang itinuring na articles of impeachment, and trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. So,
Meaning Senator,
very
hindi
specific.
option yung hindi option for the senators na hindi mag-trial.
Parang hindi mo sinunod yung utos ng Constitution that trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. Kasi yung very specific sa paragraph na yun yung applicable sa situation. Very, very applicable. Eksaktong-eksakto. More than 1/3. Tapos, ayan na, verified naman ng more than one-third. Therefore, ano ang utos ng Constitution? Trial by the Senate. So, trial. Kaya nga, yung due process ang due process rights nung impeached official, yun na yun. Automatic na sa trial yun. Yun ang meaning natin ng trial. Kung titingnan natin ang rules of court, merong ang order of trial dyan na after the prosecution, yung defense, yung accused naman or defense naman ang susunod, talagang pagbibigyan siya eh. So meron talagang guarantee of due process. The right to be heard.
Of course, at this point, Senator, everyone knows that sole authority to initiate is with the House, sole authority to try is with the Senate. Isa lang ang caveat here, which is pag nagkaroon ng grave abuse of discretion, that's when the Supreme Court can step in. Do you think they should have stepped in this instance?
In this instance kasi, I believe very specific yung yung paragraph involved eh. And swak na swak eh, pasok na pasok. So yun na yun. So trial by the Senate shall proceed. And then tanggapin na natin yung verdict ng Senado. Ang importante, nag-trial at kahit i-acquit nila, okay yun, tanggapin ng taong bayan yun. Acquit or guilty.
Sir, tapos sir, yung ruling Supreme Court kasi says that the Speaker and the Section, they do not have the discretion to delay or defer yung paggalaw ng isang impeachment complaint na verified. I'm wondering lang, ano yung sabihin nun? Does this mean that any complaint that is filed with the House has to be acted upon and thereby initiated, regardless of whether or not the House wants to move forward with that complaint or not? Kasi for example, 'di ba, yung panahon ni GMA, ang daming mga serial impeachment filers eh. To immunize the people in power. So ano talaga what really works? Does the House have to act on each and every one? And by act, I mean, does it have to refer to the Justice Committee, thereby triggering the one-year bar, even if it doesn't like that impeachment complaint?
Ang standards kasi na nasa Constitution, they have 10 session days eh.
Yes, sir.
To include it in the order of business. And then, yung decision na, ginawan pa niya ng table eh. At pinakita dun sa table na pasok naman sa 10 session days. So, dapat ganun lang yun. Sinukat lang siya sa standards. Pagka nag-comply sa standards, what is the issue? Hindi ba? I mean, yun ang standards ng Constitution eh. You have 10 session days to refer it to include it in the calendar or the order of business. Ginawa nila ng table doon. Pinakita nila na nga no, sa session days hindi naman yan pareho sa calendar days. At kung bilangin natin, isok nga sa 10 session days. So, what is the issue? Why is there still an issue? Hindi naman sinabi doon na refer it immediately. Sinabi doon you have 10 session days. So in-examine ng Supreme Court. Nag-comply ba doon sa 10 session days? Yes, nag-comply. So ang tanong natin, what is now the issue?
Yes, sir. So, sir, what I mean is not just in this case, but in any case in the future, is Congress required to initiate any impeachment complaint filed with it? In other words, automatically ba na pag may final na verified complaint, kailangan umabot na doon sa Justice Committee, thereby initiating and triggering the one-year bar?
The 1 year.
Tanda mo, meron pa you have 10 session days to include it in the calendar of business or the order of business, and you have 3 session days to refer it to the committee,
yes,
the proper committee, the Committee on Justice. So, mayroon pang ang daming steps pa. Doon lang tinignan sa 10 session days, nag-comply naman. So, kaya nga ako nagtataka, what is the issue? Bakit nagkaroon bigla ng issue? Ang problema rito, sana wag natin i-micromanage yung House of Representatives kasi reality naman yan na may mga araw talaga na hindi nag-a-adjourn yung session, hindi na-adjourn at sinususpend lamang. Meron talaga kahit sa Senate, nangyayari yan pagka-budget season, ang haba-haba ng session namin, siguro one week yun, 7 calendar days yun, 1 session lamang. Kasi ginagawa po talaga yan at sana political decision na yan, political judgment na yan ng mga members ng House, whether mag-suspend ba sila o mag-adjourn sila nung session nila sa araw na yon, ipaubaya na natin sa members ng House yun, sa members ng Senate or na members ng House of Representatives kasi political decision na yun.
But with this, Senator, you said you started by saying you joined the call for the Supreme Court to revisit its ruling, and we keep coming back to the fact na unanimous yung decision. It's 13-0. Two did not vote on it. I mean, realistically, how hopeful are you that this would still happen?
What is important is na ma-entertain yung motion for reconsideration and ma-revisit yung decision. Yun lang. If they will reaffirm their decision, so be it. Yan naman yung power nila eh. Pero ang importante is ma-revisit po yung decision.
Ma-revisit and for them to take another look at the facts, because that seems to be what
Yes, revisit. Revisit, review each paragraph, each assumption. May mga assumptions kasi ron eh. Especially that assumption that the February 5 adjournment was the adjournment of the 19th Congress. That is a wrong conclusion actually. So kung makikita natin, apparently siguro yung writer nung first part that was the assumption of the writer of the first part. Pero sa second part, meron yung whoever drafted the second part, sinabi niya that the session of February 5 was adjourned. Very clear siya doon. Session lang ang na-adjourn. Hindi yung Congress ang nag-adjourn.
So may inconsistencies between the first and second parts.
Yes, Senator, may mga nagsasabi.
When I was reading the decision, yun ang napansin ko, yung first part, early in the decision, ganun, ang sabi niya, the 19th Congress adjourned.
Yeah.
And then ang date nung nagsulat man noon, ang date niya February 5.
Yeah.
Mali po 'yun. That is a factually wrong statement. And then i-review ngayon ng court because of that assumption na akala nila February 5 nag-adjourn, how did this affect their conclusion?
Okay.
Senator, pahabol ko lang kasi you said you read the entire decision for 4 hours. May mga nagsasabi it has emasculated the House and its power to impeach. Ano po yung tingin nyo doon sa ganong observation?
Ang impression ko, mas mahirap na ngayon mag-impeach at saka parang each step of the way pwede mong itakbo sa Supreme Court kasi pati daw yung evidence na ipapasa mo sa Committee on Justice dapat daw substantial enough to prove the charges. Pagdating sa ganun, who will decide kung substantial enough? You will always now go to the Supreme Court. Kaya nga kahit nung hindi ko pa nabasa yung decision, nung na-interview ako na hindi ko pa nabasa, ang sabi ko, dapat mag-ingat ang court dito kasi they themselves are impeachable officials.
Yeah.
Kung pahirapan nila ngayon ang process at saka each step of the way pwedeng itakbo sa kanila, paano na ngayon yan when in the future the subject official of the impeachment is a member of the court.
Yeah.
That is now the big problem. That is why kailangan i-revisit. And then kung tutusin, may napansin nga ako dun sa decision na diniscuss din doon ng Supreme Court. Sabi ko, bakit na madi-discuss ang Supreme Court sa kasong ito? So dapat basta ako I joined the call to have the decision reviewed and revisited. And then I'm glad the House of Representatives filed a motion for reconsideration para formally na mabuksan ang pag-revisit sa decision. Very kailangan aralin ng mabuti kasi mabigat pong implications ito sa future. Hindi lang natin siguro nakikita ngayon, but mabigat po sa future po.
Yeah. That's also what the other legal experts have told us. It has a lot of implications for accountability in the future. But we will leave the conversation there for now. Thank you so much for making time to talk to us today, former Senator Coco
Salamat po.
Pimentel.